It's a common fact that most video games based off movies or TV shows just plain suck. How can we forget games like Back to the Future for the NES, E.T. for the Atari, Superman 64, and all the countless games that are out today? However, a few games based off movies are fun to play. Games such as the Super Star Wars series for the SNES, the Die Hard arcade game for the Sega Saturn, Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine for the N64, and Tiny Toons, Buster's Treasure Hunt for the Sega Genesis. Hell, even the Michael Jackson's Moonwalker game was badass. However, one game tends to stick out in my mind that needs to be looked at, and that's Jurassic Park for the Sega Genesis. This game was a hit or miss for most people, but I can assure you, the game is fun to play. When you first start up your Genesis, you'll see the Sega logo with the T-Rex underneath it. Not to mention it says the word Sega. Just listen to this. Is that cool or what? The title screen has good music with the Jurassic Park logo shooting out of the park gates. Now, this is your main menu. Now, unlike most of the other Jurassic Park games that came out when this one did, you can actually pick between two characters, Dr. Grant or a Raptor. Another thing that is nice about this game is that it has a password system, unlike the SNES version of the game, which had no save system of any kind. So let's start the game. Now the game begins halfway through the movie with the T-Rex escaping from its cage. Nice opening, huh? Now, unlike the movie, you play as Grant alone. No kids, no Dr. Sadler, and no Dennis. When you start playing the game, you'll notice that this game is a side-scrolling shooter. You know, you'll have a mixture of platforming and shooting, which surprisingly mixes well. Now, most people complain that the majority of your weapons don't kill the dinosaurs. In fact, most of the weapons trank the dinosaurs instead of killing them. Since when does Dr. Grant need to be running around carrying fully automatics, killing dinosaurs like he's fucking Turok?
I am Turok.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Another nice touch is that this game has most of the main dinosaurs from the movie. The Compies, the Dilophosaurus, the Triceratops, the Brontosaurus, the all-important Raptors, and the badass T-Rex. Yes, that's right. The T-Rex makes an appearance from levels 2 through 4, and also makes an appearance in the last level. Yes, the T-Rex does look a bit strange, but his roar is awesome, and when you get killed by him, you get a funny animation. So I guess Dr. Grant's hat is strong. Now the level designs of this game are great, and they feature so many areas from the movie. Like the jungle, the visitor center, and the active volcano. Okay, so there's only 2 levels from the game that are based off the movie. 3 if you want to include the power plant, since Ellie does go through a small power plant.
Damn it.
You know what? This doesn't count. I can't say that there's anything bad about playing as Dr. Grant. However, there are a few things that bug me. First of all, you have 3 lives. In the later parts of the game, you'll be in levels that are hard that your lives will be gone before too long. There are no extra lives. But don't worry, even if you do see the game over screen, and you will see this quite a bit, you can continue the game. All you need to do is go to the password screen, and the password for the previous level is already put in for you. So all you need to do now is press start, and you'll begin on the last level you're in. So many people just start a new game until they get fed up with starting at the beginning of level 1. Another thing that is bad is when you die, you start at the beginning of the level. Now, some levels do have multiple segments, so if you die, then you'll begin at the beginning of that current segment. But then again, the 3 lives thing will hinder your progress. But this is an old school game, and it was designed to kick your ass. And if you want to talk about an ass-kicking level, then let's look at Dr. Grant's 3rd level. This has to be the hardest level of the whole game. I mean, this is harder than the last part of the visitor center. You're on a river. Yes, a river. Now you get down the river by using a raft. But here's the catch. You need to find gas tanks along the river, and most of them are on little ledges that run along it. Without these, you will find yourself not being able to accelerate. This means no passing waterfalls, and not being able to go against the current, which is essential in this level. One more thing to add to this fun level is the idea that Dr. Grant can't swim. Yes, if you fall in the water, you will die. This level is a bitch. Okay, so you got past a few waterfalls, got past 2 T-Rexes, but hold on, the next waterfall will take you to your death. Don't worry, there's a small ledge you can jump on. Can we make it? No? Okay, so now we have 2 lives and we need to start at the beginning of the level. Let's try that again. Okay, now this is just stupid. Did you see the trick yet? Let's take a look at that last clip. And pause. Can you see it? It's hard to see, but there is a small ledge for Dr. Grant to jump on. Ain't that a bitch? Let's try this once more. Wow. And the sad thing is, this happens a lot. You will die in this level more than the entire game combined. And the best part is, it only gets harder in the next level. The next level is the pump station. Again, I don't recall this area from the book or movie. Now here's how it works. First, you need to get to the top of the area that you're in. Okay, not hard. Just a few small jumps here and there. Now when you get to the right side of the screen, you'll need to jump on the Brontosaurus' head. Okay, so let's wait for him to get to the bottom. What? Okay, so he goes down to the bottom of the screen, and the sad thing is, I need to gain access to that last hole on the right side. Let me try again. Once again, there's a dirty little trick. You need to jump to the hole above the last one at the bottom. Then you jump back on the Brontosaur. Only then will you stop at the bottom. Then you can jump across and continue on. But let me just warn you, the rest of the level is still a bitch. Okay, so we are now past the beginning, and now a strange wheel is blocking our path. So just push it and continue on. Okay, so not only do you have to push it, you need to wait a good 15 seconds to proceed. Now there's just one more thing I want to talk about in this level. Now for part of the last part, you need to turn off Steam to gain access to the last bit of the level. Now, as you can see, if you fall, you will end up back at the beginning of the level. So let's jump it. What the hell was that? You should be able to jump this, right? Well, wrong. Believe it or not, you're supposed to just walk off the edge and surprisingly you make it. Now I've got one more thing I want to complain about. Now the last level, the Visitor Center, is the best level in the game. There are so many raptors, the music is badass, and you do actually go through the air ducts like in the movie. But before I go on, just listen to the music. I just love it, don't you? Now the last area should look familiar if you saw the movie. Yes, the infamous Top the Dinosaur bones in the center of the Visitor Center. So all I need to do is get down and escape, right? Well, although there are no raptors chasing you like they were in the movie, there are 2 raptors down below. So just jump and trank them, right? Yeah, that's right. They're invincible and they have a one-hit kill deal going on. So we can try to escape, right? Well, you can try as hard as you want, but you need to kill the raptors to move on. But how do we do that? Well, let's jump down, this time in between the raptors. This way they won't hurt you. They see those weird gray pins in the background that hold up the dinosaur bones? Believe it or not, this is what you need to do to take them out with your grenades. This is how you kill them, by blowing them up. It's simple, but if you don't know what to do, you're screwed. Let me reiterate. This game is fun despite Dr. Grant's 3rd and 4th level. In fact, the last 3 levels of this game are just as fun as the first 2 were. So if you ever happen to find this game at a store or online, use passwords to skip these ridiculous levels. However, this review isn't over by a long shot, because we still need to discuss the Raptors gameplay. Fun. But we'll save that for part 2.